So I thought I had this whole here's how to put together a post-Neil Peart version of Rush thing all figured out. Possible new drummers, what to record, what a tour would look like, even possibly incorporating AI. And then I asked for your opinion. Rumors are afoot that Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson are possibly, secretly, in the coyest possible way, plotting a return to the studio and/or a return to touring. Lee and Lifeson appeared on a recent episode of CBS Sunday Morning, and when asked, have you and Alex ever talked about, let's go get one of the great drummers and tour again? Lee replied, have we talked about it? Yeah, it's not impossible, but at this point I can't guarantee it. Lifeson added, it's just not in our DNA to stop. Lee's book tour seems to be filled with nuggets of hope as well. At the recent Denver stop of My Effin' Life in Conversation, Lee admitted to host Matt Stone, I think I would like to write some more music, yeah. Further, the Geddy Lee Rush profile is at a new peak right now. In addition to the aforementioned responses to varyingly phrased questions on a Rush reunion, Lee's streaming docuseries Geddy Lee Asks Are Bass Players Human Too has dropped on Paramount+, and the two-track The Lost Demos, featuring properly mixed and mastered versions of songs left off of his 2000 album My Favorite Headache, arrived on all streaming platforms that same day. So, the timing of it all, it just feels like we're about to get some sort of an official declaration to me. Soon, an early 2024 announcement, at least one of intention. Of course, this is all speculation, but it's fun to speculate, and I thought I had an awful lot of things figured out. So I made this video, and I hit publish. And within minutes, my ever-astute brother texted the following. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, Metallica did it. Scorpions did it, Def Leppard did it, The Simpsons did it. You guys had thoughts. I have a small channel, so getting over 200 comments on a video is a lot. Some of you thought I had a few good ideas. Some of you were like, no. And some of you had some interesting ideas of your own. Can Rush get back together? This is one of the most ignorant questions I've ever heard. Thanks for checking out the video. Do a tribute and raise money for brain cancer research. I like that idea. But Neal would not have a problem with the band carrying on. I won't go see them or buy their new music. He would 1000% want Alex and Geddy to be happy doing whatever. Rush died with Neal. Alex and Geddy will go again, I guarantee it. The Who continued without Keith Moon. Huge Rush fan, but without Neal, it ain't Rush. There is no Rush without Neal, period, full stop. They could call themselves Hush or YYZ. It's good when your old high school chums chime in. Thank you, Terry. Call it Rush Second Wind. They have every right to use the name Rush. There's a vote for calling it Lee Lifeson. Rush was a band before Neil Peart. They can and should use the name Rush with different drummers. Lerxst, misleading clickbait bull video title. Respectfully, sir, I think that is a terrible name for a band. I was starting to think I might have been the only person that thought Marco Miniman would be a good option. I know he and Alex have a relationship. Gavin Harrison, El Estapadio Siberiano. If you've ever seen his YouTube videos, amazing. That guy must have some really strong ankle tendons. Danny Carey, Dave Grohl, Mike Portnoy, Stuart Copeland, Tim Alexander on drums, Simon Phillips, Mike Mangini. They could get Neil's daughter Olivia to play. She's 15. So I guess the shows would have to end early. Wolfgang Van Halen. I think he started playing with Van Halen at a pretty young age. Since Neil passed away around the same time as Eddie Van Halen, it would be cool to see how Alex Van Halen would mesh with Geddy and Alex musically. No Dave Grohl, please. He's not qualified. Come on, you know Dave could rip it up on Working Man. Technically, Dave's not the best drummer possible. The Food Fighters. Somebody else does not like Dave Grohl. Great ideas, but Dave Grohl? Let me try to say that the way I think you said it. Great ideas, but Dave Grohl? I think that's probably how you said it. I've sort of done the math here. And although a sizable sum of you have drawn a no Neal, no Rush line in the sand, the majority of the responses I received in the comments section expressed at least some level of enthusiasm for Geddy and Alex to move forward with some sort of project. Some possible names brought up: Rush 2.0, Lee Sun. Some of you said it was okay to be Rush. But the top 2 vote getters were Lee Lifeson or Lee and Lifeson. And the option that got the most votes was definitely not Rush. Did not really surprise me. Geddy and Alex and Neal together, that was something special. But we're talking about how to move forward and how to do something that will have to involve at least one new person. I had some suggestions for possible drummers like Dave Grohl and Matt Cameron, Omar Hakim. You guys had a lot of suggestions and thoughts about that too, like Terry Bozzio, Carl Palmer came up. Bill Bruford, who has drummed with Yes and King Crimson. Some studio guys like Simon Phillips, who was in Toto and Judas Priest and toured with The Who. But certain drummers got more than others. Mike Mangini, Tim Alexander, and much to my surprise, and I'm not knocking the guy, Alex Van Halen. But the answer that got the most votes was multiple drummers. Different drummers for different eras. And by the way, AI got 0 votes. So hopefully they don't hold that against us in about 10 years or so when they become our overlords. And I bet they'll like Rush too. The Body Electric, that's our jam. Beady, beady, beady. Is it a coincidence that the year 2024 is the 50th anniversary of the first Rush album? 50th anniversaries do tend to be celebrated. Alex interviewed Geddy at the Toronto My Effin' Life event. Did they reveal anything new? No, not really. So now I've made 2 videos on the subject, and the only thing I know for sure so far is, other than whatever they do, whatever it is, they should not call it Rush. But now, thanks to your comments and your ideas, we now have even more possibilities. And I'm the kind of person that believes even more possibilities means even more possible. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments section. If you missed the first video, here's a link to check it out. And here's my latest weekly episode, listing the latest releases from your favorite classic rock and alternative artists of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And whatever you do, however you do it, don't you ever stop rocking.